We are live recording.
We are. I have my stress balls and everything.
That's what she said. Way too early. We never had one that early. Let's just start the episode.
This is the podcast where we visit all 77 of Chicago's historic neighborhoods and discuss their heritage and taste the amazing food.
And if you know anything about us, we love two things, food and Chicago, so I can't wait to burn this gas money.
You ready?
Let's get it.
This is the 77 Flavors of Chicago, the podcast.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another nice episode.
Nice episode.
77 Flavors of Chicago.
We've had not nice episodes?
No, we've had great episodes. This is a nicer one.
A nicer one.
This is a busy one.
Yeah.
This is a busy one.
Sure.
I'll let the theme play out. Yeah, that's a good beat. Dario.
Sarah.
And we are joined by our guest, the Chamber of Commerce.
The Lincoln Square.
You got it. Thank you.
Lincoln He was saying Lincolnwood the
Lincoln.
Entire time we were here. I was like, you can't say that.
Yeah, now I just said I'm not going to say it at all. I'm just going to say Chamber of Commerce.
He's intuitive because that's actually where I grew up.
Oh, is it really?
What? Stop it. Stop it. That is Nicole Benjamin. Welcome to the show, Nicole.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll give you a coin. Actually, I'm going to give myself a coin. Lincolnwood. I knew it was a reason I was saying Lincolnwood.
I don't think so. I think she just said that. She probably grew up in, like, Evanston. She's like, I'm just going to give it to him.
Let's just give his brother props.
I feel bad.
Yeah. We are, you probably hear a little bit of chatter. We are live inside of Luella's Southern Kitchen and waiting for our brunchy brunch.
Yeah, we have like 17 guests on today's episode.
We really do.
Guest number one.
We really do. We got the crew from the podcast. Brunch is sitting here watching us. We got our good friend Sarah Holcomb is here watching us. And we got everybody else in here probably like, what the hell is going on? How you doing this week?
I'm good.
Yeah.
How about you?
I'm great.
It's like warm. Nicole, how are you feeling?
Amazing. This is the best fallback day ever.
Yeah.
Wait, was it fallback?
Yeah.
Today
has changed.
Today was fallback?
Yeah.
That's why I feel rested. I was wondering. I was like, what's going on? Like,
because he slept for 19 hours.
I did not eat. I did.
Yeah.
I did. I slept for a long time, and I was like, I feel unusually good today. Wow. And I timestamped the podcast, but it's okay. It's okay. We just, it's daylight saving time.
Yeah.
We got an extra hour. Man, I could have watched that movie then.
Okay.
I mean
I put on a movie yesterday. He started the movie at 10 p.m.
It was 9:15 to be fair.
No, it wasn't. It was 10 p.m. because I looked at my watch.
How did you drop somebody else's?
I didn't. Somebody else's mic. I'm going to take my hands off the table.
Did you see what I told you about at the beginning? I told you.
No, that's my fault. I always drop the mic. But he started the movie at 10 p.m. and he fell asleep at 10:03. And then I watched the first 15 minutes. I was like, I'm not doing this. And I turned on the Great British Baking Show. And I finished that.
And I woke up to people cooking. I was like, they didn't do this in the Westerns. What is this? Yeah, but you know what? It's good. It's good to have daylight saving time, I guess. Yeah. But you are right, Nicole. It is very hot outside for this time of year.
Yes, we're blessed with a couple days of spring.
Hey, look, I'm not going to knock on wood.
Real.
You know,
knock on table.
But if y'all keeping score, we are in Lincoln Square with the Lincoln Square Chamber of Commerce, and we're gonna talk about some fun history. You gonna join in on this? Talk to us about Lincolnwood. What do you want to say? Lincoln. I don't know why I keep saying Lincolnwood. Now I'm gonna just blame it on Nicole. That's where she's from. Lincoln Square. Anything you want to tell us about Lincoln Square?
Well, actually, we're the Lincoln Square Ravenswood Chamber of Commerce, even a larger community, but it's a great community of tons of incredible local businesses that run the gamut, retail, services, great restaurants like Luella's. So our role in the neighborhood is we basically support the businesses by having special events, by having some consumer incentives around the holidays, like everything to kind of highlight the greatness that is Lincoln Square and Ravenswood, and to get people here, get people shopping, and to shop small, shop local.
And how long have you been the director of special events?
I've been here for about 5 years.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
You got to love it. I mean, but you all have some good events.
We do.
Really good events.
We do.
We just did the Apple Fest. fantastic.
Yeah.
The apple in October.
Yeah, I remember. They had her and her mom were here and had me out there picking apples.
Well, you picked the apple bag.
I did.
Because there's no actual apple.
Yeah, there's no apples. There was a lot of cider, you know. A lot of cider.
Oh, I'm glad to know you came. It's really one of my favorite events.
Yeah. We're gonna get into it because there's another event that's actually pretty cool that we'll talk about in just a little bit. But are you ready to start talking about the history of it?
Hey.
Now, let's get it. Nicole, I don't know if you listened to it, but we got to do this first so we get prepared.
All right.
Here we go.
It's emotional.
It is. It's a very emotional moment for us. I saw the knowledge flash before my eyes. And here we go. Lincoln Square is number 4 on the community 77 communities.
Wow.
If you're taking note, we knocking off the top ones.
I know.
You know, kind of in a row here.
Well, we did a bunch of South Side, and now we're doing a bunch of North Side.
Yeah. So I'm ready to get started. 1830s to the 40s. The Germans arrived here, and they began farming. 2 brothers, Lyman and Joseph Budlong, arrived in 1857.
Have you had the Budlong chicken?
I had it for lunch the other day.
Did you really? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if there's a correlation to
I don't know, but I hope there is.
I mean, if they were making chicken all the way back then like that, like now.
They might have been. They were farmers. That means they had chickens.
That is very true. We don't know.
Maybe. Secret recipe.
Nicole's probably like, how do we get one
She's
sentence
like, what is
into the
this?
How do we get precisely one sentence into the history? And here they go on a tangent. This is what we do. But they arrived in 1857, and they later opened up commercial greenhouses and flower fields for the Rose Hill Cemetery.
Oh.
Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah, see, look at me putting the Chamber of Commerce on right now.
Now you can go to the office and be like, did you know?
Did you know? Yeah.
Nice little history lesson for me this morning.
Oh, just wait. This one gets better. All right, so the Rose Hill Cemetery, established in 1859, did you know that it is 350 acres and it is Chicago's largest cemetery? It takes up
Really?
It takes up a quarter of Lincoln Square's area.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
A quarter?
A quarter. A whole 25 cents. Yeah.
Do they count the dead people in the census?
Come on, man. Stop it. I mean, it is 50,000 people here, right? I'm just saying. Chicago.
Nicole, is that counted in the census?
Nicole's like, I'm not liable to answer that question. I do events. This might be the last one.
It's like I actually have to go.
Yeah, right. Look like it's about that time. But here's some more interesting things about Rose Hill. So it's called Rose Hill, and the reason why it's called Rose Hill, and again, this is legend. All right, this is legend, nothing official. It's called Rose Hill because the city clerk made an accident in the paperwork, and rose spelled like a flower rose. Okay, when really it's Rose Hill, ROE''s Hill, because that was for the farmland. A guy by the name Hiram Rowe was on that land, so they called it Rose Hill. Now he didn't want to give
like hills.
Rose Hill, and they didn't want it. So when they planned out the cemetery, he didn't want to have them endorse it or sell it off the land until they honored him by using his name for the land.
Wow.
So we are stuck with Rose Hill. Again, legend. I don't know. What you think about that?
Interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, very interesting. That was a complete accident. It was a complete accident.
That's cool.
I mean, you all know I have a rough time reading on the podcast, and I don't know why I write so small on this, but I probably would have made that same mistake. You said rose? Like rose.
Let me see your handwriting.
Actually, it's pretty good, y'all. It's pretty good. And my penmanship
It's
this
decent.
time.
It's decent.
First of all, I mean, can you read it?
No, but like,
It's better than mine.
considering that most of us don't write every day, that's pretty good. I mean, I haven't written in months.
I've been writing for like the last 4, and I'm progressively getting better. I don't write in cursive because weirdly enough, nobody should, because I had a hard time remembering what a Z was in cursive. Have you ever written a Z in cursive?
I don't know.
Not in a long time.
Exactly. So, like, if somebody said, "Hey, write a Z right now in cursive," probably would fail.
How do you write a Z?
It's got a weird loop with another small loop, and then yes, there you go. There it is. If y'all saw that with a hand.
We definitely went to different schools because I don't remember that.
They probably didn't write it. Right, I mean, because it's a stupid letter, to be honest with you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's the last one. Nobody cares. The song is over after Z. Anyway, as we continue, 1925, the Chicago City Council actually named the area Lincoln Square. So in 1925, think about that. That's the 20th century is when it was named.
That's crazy.
When it started in the mid 19th. You know.
Well, and I can tell you that the Chamber of Commerce started in 1948.
Hey,
Really? Wow.
which is pretty fair.
I have a quick question. So why do they combine Lincoln Square and Ravenswood?
Well, this is before my time, but it was the Lincoln Square Chamber of Commerce.
Okay.
And I believe it was with the previous alderman, and I don't remember what year, but there was just a request to loop in Ravenswood.
Oh.
So we had to basically recharter and became Lincoln Square Ravenswood 4 or 5 years ago, because when I came
Right. It was already that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
So that is very interesting because Ravenswood is not one of the 77.
Community areas.
Yeah, it's not one of the 77, but it's just as big as one of the community areas. You know, and it is actually a part of Uptown and Lincoln Square.
Right.
So I don't know if there'll ever be.
Is there like beef between you and the Uptown Chamber?
Who has
Not
more?
at all.
Who has
Not
more?
at all.
Ravenswood?
We all play nice.
Y'all play nice? Yeah.
Who's your favorite chamber?
Who's your favorite chamber?
Mine, of course.
Oh yeah, well
Right.
I mean other than yours.
Right. Yeah, she better. Lincoln Square is probably listening to it
You
like
say
she better.
Lincolnwood
I don't know why.
again.
I don't know why. I'd be canceled off of this podcast if I say it one more time.
Yeah,
All right.
for real.
I don't know why I keep saying it. I never even been to Lincolnwood.
I didn't even know it was a real thing.
Neither did I. I just feel like I knew it was something.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, it's in your hometown.
And I am really from there.
Are you? Thanks for that clarification. Not from Evanston.
Right,
From-
not from Evanston, from Lincolnwood.
Yeah, so that's actually pretty cool that you mentioned that because I was going to say exactly that about Ravenswood once we get to the neighborhood part because the neighborhood part is actually kind of I want to ask you about that too in a few. Now, did you know that Lincoln Square is actually honoring one president, take one guess?
Obama.
Stop it! Come on,
know.
Lincoln Square.
Oh, Lincoln.
Lincoln.
That was really stupid. That was stupid.
Lincoln. All right, now this is done. We're done. We have company, and we don't know what.
I thought you meant
okay.
like today they're honoring.
Well, that'd be weird on this day that we be a privilege.
I meant like in the present.
If I can share with you, too, that if you take a look around the street, we do also have some old parking meters that were kind of our Abe Lincoln's face, like artistically. That
Really?
a former colleague did that project several years ago, yeah.
Really?
nice.
So some of the parking tickets.
Parking meters.
Parking
Some
meters.
of the old meters.
Oh, some of the old meters.
Yeah.
So we are literally giving money to Abraham Lincoln. So we.
I mean, they don't.
Maybe they. Maybe
do they work?
Maybe the people in the
No,
cemetery
they
are.
don't.
They don't
counting.
work.
They're just
Oh, they don't work.
decorative.
Okay.
There's
All
a lot of decorative things in Lincoln Square. There's a lot of art, a lot of. We'll
is-
talk about that in a second.
Yeah,
but
a lot of art. Now, this area it has a huge German population and German history, and a lot of the people that came to this area, settled in this area, farmers and Germans that came and worked, lived, like the Chicago story here. And the big influence here is one of the places we actually will talk about later on this week because we kind of made this a pseudo Lincoln Square week. It is the Mers Apothecary that was founded and started in 1875 by Peter Mers. And that's still here. It's still here, and like I said, we'll talk about that because we gave him his own
That was
Anthony.
so cool.
Yeah, that was very cool. And actually, the story with that is actually really cool with the way they rebuilt things and kind of kept the old aspect of it. What do you got to say about that?
I love that store.
Yeah.
I definitely, when I moved back to Chicago, Mers Apothecary was the only place I knew at the time in Lincoln Square.
Yeah.
But yeah, the family that owns it now has owned it for many years, and they really do an incredible job, and they do a great online business too.
Yeah,
Right.
so he talked about that, which is really cool because, kind of keeping up with today's times and kind of making it fresh. And they still kept the old feel of, what it was. And the apothecary is really a European thing. That's not a Chicago, not an American terminology, you know what I mean? So, but it's really cool to see how they blended the building next to it and kind of brought it to life.
Like how the store next to it is like more modern. Yeah. It's like a more modern apothecary, and then that old. I love it. It was so cool. I can't wait for people to watch that.
Yeah, cannot wait. Also, the I don't know how to pronounce this one. It's a German word. America woke. I don't know. It is. The reason why I bring that up is because that was a newspaper. That was a German newspaper that was founded here in Chicago in 1972. And I think it's still in circulation, but the place where they were kind of like based out of, that's no longer, but they still have one spot above the kind of the buildings here where they still work. Yeah, so and it's I don't know how to pronounce it, but I know it is a German name because they spell America with a K.
Yeah. I think there's a butcher like right down the street. It's not just a butcher, but it's
the Gene Sausage Shop.
Yeah, they sell sausage and they sell a lot of like. I know.
Oh my God.
So lovely.
Oh my goodness. It is. If you are hungry,
do
not go in there. Do not go in there. And it's right across from the toy shop.
I know.
Yeah. It's a great local grocery here. But yeah, they have some stuffed cabbage in the counter that's really damn good too.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? I did not see the stuffed cabbage. She tricks me into eating food, by the way.
I do. I tell him, I was like, I hide vegetables in your food the way parents hide vegetable in their children's food. I'll make like pasta with meat, and then I'll put like a bunch of spinach in there, and he'll be like, "Oh, this is delicious," and that's how he got to spinach.
You know, she tricked me a couple days ago.
I did.
I knew I tasted some spinach or something like that, but everything else carried the weight, and I was like, "Okay, let's." I'll
eat the spinach because there's a bunch of ground beef in this.
Good tricks,
right?
It's very good tricks, and I'm not very simple-minded, but like when it comes to food, I really don't care. I don't eat for taste or anything like that. I eat for sustenance.
I know. Isn't that crazy that he eats for sustenance?
Yes.
Who does that?
I mean, who doesn't?
Me?
I right. Well, you're a cook.
Taste.
You know, like you're a cook.
Delicious. You
I'm
enjoy
sure.
it.
Okay. Well, whatever. Here we go. Talking about my palate yet again. It's not
you
even a
food
court. I did bring it up. The Dank House German American Cultural Center is actually here.
Yes.
Yeah, and it was founded in 1959, right here in Chicago. And of course, like most buildings, exhibiting cultural centers, things like that, it's meant to preserve the culture and the history of German. Of any, whatever they are, you know, in that area, and that's right here in Lincoln Square.
Yes, actually the Dank House.
Yeah, Dank. There it is.
Dank,
look at me.
Yes.
Dank House, black guy.
But it's an incredible nonprofit organization. They do so much to maintain the German history. Of this city, of this neighborhood. They do tons of movies. They have a museum. They host special events. And they actually, if you don't have this in your notes, but you might, that there used to be the Chicago Brauhaus here on Lincoln Avenue. It was open for many years, a really popular German-owned restaurant and bar that people were sorely amiss when they decided to close after years of popularity. But the Dank House took the bar that was at the Brauhaus and moved it into the Dank House.
Oh, wow.
So I think it's every other Thursday they have neighborhood nights where you actually can go up to their second floor and enjoy drinks at the old Brauhaus bar.
Okay.
That is so cool.
Wow.
Yeah, and they have a gorgeous sixth floor view of the city, too.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
A sixth floor view of the city.
Yes.
Wow.
They have a
That is
Skyline
so cool.
Lounge. Yeah.
Oh, my
People
goodness.
get married there.
People get married there?
Yeah.
Wow. How come?
That is so cool.
Okay, well, we got to visit.
Yeah, we have to check that out.
Just go up there and drink. Germans like to drink. Let's be honest, man. Like,
Who doesn't like to drink?
I mean, but they have big mugs. You know what I'm saying? Like
Big mugs.
Big, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? Das Boot. You know what I mean? Like,
serious.
yeah, they are serious.
Yeah.
A lot of my German friends, man, I can't go late out night with them. Now, because like they want to drink. You ever been to a drink house? Well, that's old school. But like, what's the place up in Rosemont? That in the little area, it's all German. And they like to drink.
I mean, they have Oktoberfest, which I feel like is a testament to how much they enjoy.
Oktoberfest, that's a German thing, right?
Yes.
I did not. The more I know, I didn't know. I just thought that was when people drink.
It's with a K.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
It is with a K. Well, I didn't know how to spell the regular October, clearly, because
You thought October was with a K.
Dr. Octopus, October, I don't know. Like they all spell. Yeah, right. I've never seen it spelled.
Everybody knows that. October is a K.
It's a K. How did Dario at school spell October?
How are people going to trust you now?
Well, I'm reading off a card, so I'm reading off a card, and I got the back end right here. So,
right.
Donk House, y'all. I knew that. Something else is actually really cool. You have the Cambodian Association of Illinois, and Illinois. Did I say Illinois? Did I say Illinois? Nobody else heard that, right?
I heard it.
Okay, all right. I got some confirmation down here. Illinois. And can you tell us anything about that?
Well, they preserve the history of the Cambodian community. They do actually also have a mural that's part of. We've done several murals through a paintworks program in the neighborhood. The mural that's on the Cambodian Association is one of my favorites.
Yeah,
really,
it's beautiful. But yeah, it's a really cool organization. They're very small. Funnily enough, I got to know them more after going to see a play at Victory Gardens.
Oh, really?
It was called Cambodian Rock Band.
Okay.
And it kind of was really entertaining and musical, but about the history of the genocide and all that. And they called out to the Cambodian Association also because the cast studied and learned a lot of history from them.
Wow.
Okay.
That is really cool.
See, the more you know. And to me, like when I hear something like that, and the reason why I put that in those is because it's a predominantly German area.
Right.
You know what I mean? The way it's land, but like the story of Chicago is diversity and how everybody kind of mixes together. And to see that, right down on this strip here, you got Thai restaurant, things like that.
Yeah.
So again, every neighborhood might have one predominant demographic, but there's still a bunch of people that just come together. You know what I mean? That's
I
Chicago.
think one of the coolest things we learned while we were doing our research for Lincoln Square is that the phrase of you can eat around the world in Lincoln Square.
Yeah,
so there's restaurants from all over the world.
I was sold on that. When I heard that, I was like, wow, that is so. That right away, I was like, well, we got to do a whole week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's actually really cool. And kind of along the lines of, we talked about the Apple Fest, which is huge. That's kind of your thing to kick off fall time, and it was a nice warm day then too.
Yeah, it was.
We got lucky. Yes.
Yeah, let's keep the luck going.
It was like 2 blocks. It was
more. I felt like it was way more than 2 blocks because my legs hurt. I was tired. I was tired after walking.
It is like a harvest fest, but in the middle of the city.
Right.
All the farms also, and all the restaurants have, at least one apple-focused dish.
Yeah.
A lot of hard cider from the restaurants selling alcohol.
Yeah.
But the neighborhood loves it, and there's not really anything like it in the city, which is why I think it's such a great success. It's been growing every year.
Yeah,
are you part of planning that event? Yeah.
Yes.
So how far in advance do you start planning, or is it since it's been planned once, you just kind of repeat?
Oh no.
No. Okay.
No.
Cool.
Our 2 big street festivals are Apple Fest
She thought she was going to copy and paste.
And Square Roots. And Apple Fest is in October. We start planning that probably in February.
Stop it. So you were just about to start planning.
It's always better to get a jump on things.
That's crazy.
It's funny because before I even worked in planning it, I would never have known how much is involved.
I bet. Especially when you have all the businesses that you're trying to organize all at once to get in and be in one space, and that's a lot.
It's a lot, especially also now post-COVID. The services, like the stages and the tables, that takes a bit longer.
It takes a long time.
Yeah, sure. What's your favorite event to plan?
Well, she mentioned Square Roots, and I brought that. I have it written down here.
Oh, yeah.
And that is to celebrate the history in music and German culture.
It is. It's an event that we do, but we partner with the Old Town School of Folk Music here in Lincoln Square, and they're a great nonprofit organization. They have tons of music classes and shows. So it's basically it was born out of Old Town used to host something called Folk and Roots in Wells Park. And then when it began to grow, they partnered with the Chamber of Commerce to bring it on to Lincoln Avenue. So they take care of all the musical programming, which is amazing. They do a lot of world music, and we take care of keeping it local with the vendors, with the restaurants, with the breweries. There are tons of great local breweries here in Lincoln Square and Ravenswood.
Doesn't Chicago like have the most breweries?
Per capita,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, which is, when I heard that stat, and that was a few years back, I think, back probably 2019 I heard that. But when I heard that, I was like, wait a minute, Chicago.
Yep.
Chicago.
Right?
You know, again, you cannot, if you take Chicago out of the equation of the world, a lot of things go away. You know what I mean? Like a lot of, and to me it's just crazy to think that one city can have that much influence on the rest of the world, let alone the whole nation, but the world, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we say it all the time when it comes to architecture, it's perhaps number one thing that we kind of influenced on the rest of the world, but the resolve we had after 1871 with the Chicago fire, and how the different communities kind of came about, and different nationalities and things just kind of settled down and say, hey, this is where we settle, and here, let's make something out of Chicago.
Yeah, they found out mermaids were real.
The mermaids are not real. Mermaids they are not real.
You hate when I say that.
Do you believe mermaids are real?
I do not.
You do not?
Thank you.
How can you be so sure? Okay, I'm not saying they exist. I'm just saying, how can you be so... Okay, I'm not going on this tangent.
Look.
You can't just say they're not real.
How can we say they are?
I'm not saying they are. I'm just saying you can't eliminate the fact that they could be. 70% of the ocean isn't even, we haven't even discovered it. Who knows what's down there?
Not a mermaid.
There's
I promise
fish
you that.
with lights at the end of their face. You know what I mean?
That is true.
Mermaids.
I mean, that's true. But we've seen pictures of it.
Of what?
Of the light fish.
Right, the light fish. All right, let's
Anyway.
Are you done with the history?
I'm done with the history. I do want to go. I always like to say the different neighborhoods within the community area. And I got questions about this one because I want to know where the originality came from with this, if you have answers to this. We have Bowmansville, Bowmanville Woods, Bowmanville Garden, Budlong Wood, Budlong Garden, Lincoln Square North, Lincoln Square East, Lincoln Square South, Lincoln Square West, Ravenswood, and Ravenwood Garden. My one question is, who said we got 3 names? Make it work, okay?
We're not doing more than 3.
We're not doing more than 3. That's our cutoff.
Yeah.
Who said that?
I truly wish I could answer that question.
Probably some white guy that was like, you know what?
Somebody.
3.
No.
That's a good answer.
Somebody that was like pressed for the test, forgot to do it the night before. Was like, oh shit, we got to name the neighborhoods.
At North. That's right.
I mean, I saw this and I was like, I got to be wrong. This got to be wrong. You know what I mean? But no, it's probably the most neighborhoods, to be fair, out of all the ones we've done so far. So this is like what, 1, 2, 3,
near
4.
West Side.
Oh yeah.
Lincoln Park.
Yeah. Near West Side is that got you beat. There's a lot. There's a lot in there. There's a lot in there. But I saw this. I was like, oh wow. And you don't have to remember a lot. You know, you just got to remember the word garden.
Yeah.
You got to know your directions.
Yeah.
And you got to know wood.
Yep.
And you're good.
I was asking if you were done so we can show off the back of these.
We can show
cards that we're using.
Yes.
We got a lot of stuff that we can show off. Look at her. All right, so we per the request of not request, but like the recommendation.
Yeah.
Lincoln Square gave us some different places, business to kind of highlight, and we went to 3 different ones, and very unique. The first one is
Ponapaz.
Ponapaz. Yeah.
Which, funny enough, her shirt is from Ponapaz.
Stop it!
Crazy?
Did you plan that?
No.
Okay.
I did want to wear something local, but yeah.
Okay, well, there you go. So her shirt, these cards, right, greeting cards here. I love Ponapaz.
Yeah, me too. He loves color, so I was like...
I do. You walk in, you just feel happy right away.
Right?
Yes.
And for some crazy reason, I have an affinity for the color pink. And I don't know why, but I think that might be my favorite. Like, it might be one of my favorite colors.
Yeah, it's like so bright and happy.
It really is. I don't know.
It is. I was telling Sarah before we started that I'm actually not that into color, but meeting Adrian and going into Ponapaz for the first time, it's just joy.
She has a lot of energy.
Yeah, she's so dope.
And she got passion around what she does.
She really does, and you feel it. And I buy things from her.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Right.
I wish if I could speak to Adrian one more time, I'm gonna look right in the camera. I'm gonna say, Adrian, please come out with a notebook so that I can start writing my notes down in the notebook, because this was cool. I wanted cards, something local too. But you'll find out all about it from her side of it later on this week.
Yep. If you head over to our Instagram, we have like dedicated videos to each one of the businesses that we went to. You can learn more about them. You can see footage, visuals of everything. So, and that's 77 Flavors Shy.
There you go.
On all social media.
Shameless plug.
I mean, it's our podcast.
It's our podcast, right? Better not be shamed.
Yeah.
We also went to Timeless Toys, and
I got these stress balls from Scott at Timeless Toys.
First of all, let's clarify.
I'm stressed. No, they're just so fun.
Would you stop squeezing them like that together? You mean just
like
one
at a time?
One at a time. I think that's how it's meant.
They kind of like stick to each other.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry. No, but we went to Timeless Toys where Sarah got her balls from.
And Dario played for like 45 minutes.
I did.
With all the toys.
How can you not go in there and not play? First thing I saw was Legos.
Yeah.
Well, and he sells a lot of classic toys too.
Yes.
So I bought Simon from him.
Wait, they had a Simon there?
They did last holiday. Yeah.
Do you know what Simon is?
No.
It is the reaction game.
Oh.
Just the four colors, and you have to guess.
Yeah, you
have to pay attention and then repeat it.
Yeah, I'm not me personally not good at the game.
Yeah.
My attention span is not
0.
Yeah, it's very. How we got through 22 episodes, I don't know.
Something you enjoy. That's probably the only reason you're paying attention.
It is very true, and I actually enjoy it. I got a toy here, and I'm gonna turn it on. I don't know if you can hear, but
you probably have to hold it.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold it right here. But y'all can see I got my DJ mixing board right here, and this is really cool because it actually has like the little scratcher.
Yeah.
I don't know what the record scratcher.
Literally.
Yeah.
And you can play different. I don't know. It was
hot. It was hot when he was doing it. Now that I think about it, I'm like, wow, I am in the middle of a store doing this.
Hey, this is great because when you first pulled this out, I was wondering, like, it looks like a toy, but is it something?
It's 100% a toy.
100% a toy. You know, like, and so you can go and get a lot of things like this, and I don't care what age you are.
But he literally has everything you can think of.
Everything you can think of right there at Timeless Toys.
Yeah.
And then we went to Murs Apothecary.
I bought a candle. I bought chapstick. Daria got a razor. We got razor blades. We smelled all the perfumes.
Yep.
Oh my god!
And I actually cut myself the first time I used the razor. Cause I don't use the normal razor. I didn't before. And the guy there, Mark, he told me because they have the people that work there specialize in the field.
Yes.
They're fantastic at it, right? So he tells me that you should probably use this kind of razor. I said, for sure, I want to do that. So I took the razor, I went home, first stroke, cut. I was like, you know what? I'm going to die tonight. So it's like, let me stop doing this.
He said, Mark goes, here's my card. If you cut yourself, call 911, then call me. Don't call me first. I was like, that's fair.
So Mark is not, he was not wrong. He was very spot on.
Yeah. But we had such a wonderful time going to all these businesses. And again, there's videos on all of them. So,
what do you got to say about Lincoln Square?
Any upcoming events?
Yeah, right. What
yes,
can we get into?
We do. I mean, we're right upon the fourth quarter, the holidays, which this is go time. It's when most of these businesses make their bottom line. Mm-hmm. They bring in the most profits in the fourth quarter. So we have tons of consumer incentives. We have some great shopping nights. We always do Damon at Night, which includes Ponopause and a lot of the great stores on Damon, and then Shop Late Lincoln, and those are for a couple Thursdays in December, where it's not just late shopping, but we post maps, and a lot of the businesses have special deals for that night only. Some of them have even smaller pop-up businesses within their store that are fantastic.
Okay.
We also have Small Business Saturday, which is...
It's one of my favorite days.
Yeah.
It is a great day.
Busy.
It really is the day to promote Shop Small.
Yeah. We don't shop Black Friday, so we love Small Business Saturday.
Oh yeah.
Actually, it's funny that you mentioned that because brand new this year we're having Plaid Friday, which is the answer to Black Friday.
Okay.
It basically is don a piece of plaid clothing, and a lot of the businesses around here are going to have special deals that day also.
Okay.
Oh
cool.
wow!
Good.
So if you wear plaid, you go into the store and you get deals because of
the stores that are most of the stores, yes, not all of them ask you to wear plaid, but we do have a web page on our website there where we're starting to build with a lot of the businesses. I think the bookseller, if you're wearing plaid piece of clothing, you'll get 20% off the book.
Oh my goodness, that's a great idea.
That's so cool. I don't even own anything plaid.
Me either. I'm trying to think. I was like, I don't know. I don't think I own anything with a square on it. Now that I think about it. I mean, but I think I would buy some plaid just to get a deal.
Yeah, I would.
And it's happening on Black Friday?
It's happening on Black Friday, Plaid Friday.
Okay.
And then on Small Business Saturday, tons of things going on at the businesses here, including we have our tree lighting ceremony right up there in Giddings Plaza. So beautiful tree. The Alderman speaks. We have a German children's choir that sings before.
That's so cool.
The Donk House is on site in Giddings Plaza selling glue wine and beers.
Wow.
What is glue wine for those that don't know?
Dario knows.
I know what it is. I just for other people.
It's basically like a warmed up red wine with like cinnamon sticks and different spices in it.
Think of like the Chriskindle Market spiked wine.
I've never been there. I've never been to Chriskindle Market. Look, now's not the time to look down on me right now. I've never been there.
Right.
I've never been there.
We're going this year.
Okay, we can go. Yeah, I want to go. I want to go. That's boot. That's what I want. Right? That's what.
There's no boot this year, though.
No boot this year.
Boot.
Yeah, that's disappointing. My first one. That's all I was looking forward to.
Yeah,
really?
A penguin, I think.
It's a penguin. Who cares?
For the non-alcoholic drinks, you get a penguin, and the alcoholic drinks is just a regular mug.
Regular mug. Wow, really?
Well, if I can share something else with you guys, we're doing it for the second time. It's a gift we do. It's kind of a play on an advent calendar. It's called the 24 Days of Lincoln Square Ravenswood.
Oh.
We did it last year during the pandemic, and it sold out within 2 days. It's basically a huge box filled with 24 little boxes, and each one is a gift. It's something from one of the local businesses in Lincoln Square and Ravenswood.
Really?
So
do we get early access because we?
Yes, because it will be going on sale this coming week.
Oh, so if you're listening to it,
what's the website where people?
On Monday, we're good.
If you go to lincolnsquare.org/holidays, then that'll show you everything that's going on, including 24 days, Small Business Saturday, Cyber Monday, Giving Tuesday, Plaid Friday.
Wait, Giving Tuesday?
Yes.
Is that something y'all created or?
It's not something we created. Okay. It's something global, and it's
really?
Tuesday after Small Business Saturday, so this year it'll be November 30th. Okay. My birthday.
All right.
Oh, okay. Happy birthday.
But thank you. But it's basically just a give back. Like we put together lists, all the local nonprofits, and also a lot of the small businesses are donating to nonprofits based on, your purchases, or if you want to drop off some items to give to the local nonprofits like Common Pantry or the Friendship Center. All of that is collected on Giving Tuesday.
Okay,
yeah.
That's so awesome.
Actually,
we can. Food, a lot of coats, things like that.
Oh, we can plan something real quick. Yeah. We'll be a part of that because, I think that's fantastic.
That is really cool.
Giving Tuesday, I did not know that was a thing globally.
Yes.
I need to be a better person because after Cyber, after Cyber Monday, I'm not giving y'all nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like, you gonna get what you get.
Wow.
But this is a good cause. I didn't know it was a thing.
Dario's views do not represent those of the podcast.
They do represent my past life. Look, that's an expensive weekend.
So you bought all the new stuff. Now you want to get rid of the old stuff that you have, so you give it away. So if you buy new clothes on that weekend,
I'm not buying clothes on the weekend. I'm buying all the electronics. I'm getting TVs, PlayStations, Xboxes.
You already have 2 Xboxes.
No, I gave one away.
2 TVs.
I game one away.
Oh. See, look at you. You're giving.
See? It was just not on a Tuesday. Anyway, there you have it, y'all. That's a good stuff, man.
It's a great time of year to, really do the shopping in your local community.
Yeah.
We like to support the Lincoln Square community here, but really just, putting your dollars back into the neighborhood, into the city, into the local economy to keep all these shopkeepers and business owners, thriving.
And as far as we know, the shops we spoke to, they've been prepping for this because they know that there's a supply chain shortage.
Yeah.
So they're all stocked up and ready to go. So if you can't, for some reason, Amazon doesn't have the thing that you want, even
Definitely
if it does, you
here.
should come down here. And you don't have to come down. You can shop online.
Right.
They all have websites.
Yeah, they do. A lot of them really killed it with pivoting during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Some of them built, like MERS always had their online store, but Ravensgood's and Panapaz and Genevieve, all these great local businesses, they built their online stores too, so you can still shop with them online.
And that was what last year showed the resolve in certain people, and I'm glad to see that, a lot of the small businesses kind of pivoted that direction. So, man, there you have it.
All right, well, that's the history portion. We're going to go to a quick little ad. Thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely.
Thanks
this
for
was
having
awesome.
Me. Thanks for coming to the neighborhood.
Sure.
We want to do
so
more.
Excited.
I want to do more. That fly almost got me. You saw that?
Yeah.
Y'all saw that? Y'all can't.
Great way to pause.
But it's okay, because you two are about to have a fantastic meal.
Oh, yeah. You heard it. Luella's, we coming for you right after the break.
All right, we are back with the food portion. My lipstick is gone because we ate.
Yeah.
But I'm going to start off this Well, we have a guest on this portion. We have 2 guests on this portion.
Yeah, we do.
Do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. Hi, I'm Adela Mizrachi.
Hey.
I am the founder of Podcast Brunch Club, which is like book club but for podcasts. I'm here with some of our members this month, and it's pretty much as simple as that. It's like book club but for podcasts. So we have a playlist every month, like 5 episodes. We listen to it, then we gather for brunch and talk about it. So that's what we did today.
Cool. Such a dope idea.
Yeah.
I mean, like a nice social idea. We were talking about this, like just meeting different people out of a pandemic.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, I also didn't talk about the podcast today. No, because we're here.
It's different for us.
This
I was going to say, this
counts.
is different, you know.
The theme was food.
Right.
So.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
we
worked
did it.
out. And we have chapters all over the world. So, like, conversations are happening all over the world about food and
That's
culture.
so crazy.
So,
that all over the world.
Yeah, so you don't do this just in Chicago. Like, tell us how it started again. Like,
yeah, so I started it in Chicago with just some friends, and I was like, we should meet for brunch and talk about podcasts. So it's called Podcast Brunch Club. And then I decided, I was like, I'll put a website together and a newsletter and see if anybody else wants to follow along or maybe start a group with their friends. And people started coming out of the woodwork, and they wanted to start it, but like not with their friends, because at the time, this was like 2016 when not everybody and their mother was listening to podcasts or had a podcast. So they were like, I don't know anybody who listens to podcasts. I need new friends who listen to podcasts. Yeah. So they would start a chapter and like invite just everybody to join. And we have like one of our first chapters was in New York City, and one of the best things about that one is that they do potlucks at people's houses.
Oh wow!
Oh,
so
really?
Like, yeah.
Oh,
so people like just bring food and get together and talk about podcasts, and it's just like. Of all the cities that could have happened, I did not think it was going to be New York.
Yeah,
New
York is a bunch of biting people, though. They like to do what we do. It's not the first time we trashed New York.
Biting?
Biting, yeah.
Oh, like
food biting.
Not original.
Yeah, right. What?
That's what I heard you say.
Here goes the troll.
I'm just saying.
But I mean, New York tries everything that we do.
Yeah.
This is a very unique idea, though, because I'll be honest. Had this been a podcast about reading, I wouldn't be a part of it. No, I wouldn't. I couldn't do it.
I mean, a club about reading.
Yeah,
like a book club.
A book club. I couldn't do that.
No.
Like I read with my finger, and it's hard to. It's hard to keep up that fast.
We just saw your handwriting.
Yeah, stop it. Wow. My handwriting wasn't that bad, first of all.
It's indicative. No, it's not. It's not.
It's not that bad.
Yeah.
But so it's what other cities are you doing this in?
I mean, I haven't counted lately. Yeah, like we have over 50 chapters all over
50?
Wow.
And
what's
5
like
continents.
the more like one you wouldn't expect?
We've got Cape Town, South Africa.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we have Valencia,
there.
Spain.
Wow.
We have Shanghai. We have Auckland, New Zealand.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Really?
And you don't necessarily curate every playlist, right? You have people.
Yeah, like so what I do is it's like in the same way that like a book club, you would do a round robin where a different person picks the books. Like we try to do round robin where if somebody has an idea for a playlist, they'll put together a playlist and we'll just put that out. And if people don't love it, they don't love it. Like that's okay. They get together and talk about it.
Right.
Sometimes those are the best conversations, like to figure out why.
That is so cool.
I think that's fantastic. To be honest with you, I want to get to the nitty gritty. Who picked us? Like who picked? Because like for those that are listening and don't really know, the reason why we are together is because we were recommended by this podcast brunch, and we saw it. It was like
they put out a list.
Like,
you put out a list of like how many podcasts? It was like a list of like listen to these podcasts.
Yeah.
Or something.
So what happened was this is like 2 months ago, and my friend Lisa right here, she so we do usually at the end of every podcast brunch club meeting, we're like, what other podcasts are you listening to that you would want to recommend to the rest of the people? And that's when we get our phones out and start subscribing. And Lisa was like, she recommended your podcast.
And Lisa gets an air horn.
And so, on the car ride home, I like downloaded an episode and I was listening to it.
And you were like, they're hilarious.
And I was like, yeah. And I was like, I need to go to that restaurant. And it was the Eris.
Okay.
Yeah. And so, so then I just tagged you in a post where I just, like, I tagged all of the episodes that all of the podcasts that had been recommended, and I tagged you guys, and you responded, and I was like, we should do something together. We should do a crossover or something.
Yeah, this was so fun.
This was fun.
I'm so glad
I
did this.
I had a blast, you know, and I didn't even get drunk.
You didn't?
Like, I did not.
You didn't?
I didn't, because
sober.
I was fully expecting that.
You were shocked, too.
I was really shocked.
Like,
I was like, this is going to be a sloppy episode. But, but it wasn't, you know, so.
I mean, you're never really drunk though.
Yeah, I'm never, because I'm like high off life. You know what I mean? Like, hey, that's another hormone. But thank you for that. Thank you all for doing that.
No,
sorry, go ahead.
I mean, I was just going to say, we love what you guys are doing. Like, I love that you guys are, like, highlighting local, small businesses, small local establishments. Like, you're talking to people, like, these are people who, the owners work here, you know?
Right.
Like, that's really awesome. I just think that's...
now, look at the camera and tell them we didn't make you say that.
Yeah, right.
They did not make me say that.
Just saying.
That's good. Before we get to our news segment, before we get to the podcast, actually, part of it, the brunch part of it, I want to play the game.
So,
you all are.
Oh, yeah.
This one is kind of funny because I feel like I would do this.
I'll be the judge today.
Okay. All right. Am I the asshole for no longer letting my boyfriend eat what I cook after he raided my food in front of my family? Okay. This is a long one, so we're only going to do one today, all right?
Okay.
So my 25, she's 25, boyfriend, Jerry, he's 31, has a culinary art diploma. He works 2 jobs related to his field, 1 as a chef in a restaurant and 2 as a cooking instructor. We've been dating for almost 16 months now. I had no real experience in cooking, but he encouraged me to learn and helped my skills improve so much, even though he has a habit of rating every meal I cook, which I find a bit rude. For example, X meal gets 7 out of 10, Y meal gets 8.3 out of 10.
That's rough.
And this meal would have gotten 9 out of 10 if the sauce wasn't so salty, etc. I didn't feel great with him rating my food no matter the score, but he says he's helping me improve. So my family came over to visit, and I wanted to cook their favorite meals. Jerry sat with my parents and chatted till food was ready. He started eating and kept making comments about my choice of meals. Once he put his fork down, he cleared his throat and literally started rating every dish I made by giving 7 out of 10 for this, 4.8 out of 10 for this.
In front of the parents.
My family were so confused and I was floored. I felt awful as he kept giving advice on how to improve my score next time. He kept a straight face while doing it. It was so awkward the entire evening. We had a huge argument after my family left, and I told Jerry that he acted poorly and embarrassed me when he started rating my food in front of my family. I said to him that I won't have him eat what I cook anymore. He said I was overreacting and claimed that he was doing it just as constructive criticism, and I shouldn't take it personal since he's just used to rating his students' work. I said I wasn't his dang student, and he wasn't Gordon Ramsay. Right. To be heavily putting my effort down in front of my family. He got offended and said my reaction was way over the top since he was just giving constructive criticism. Anyway, you get the point.
Yeah. Is he an asshole?
Is she the asshole?
Is she the asshole? No, she's not the asshole.
No, right?
He definitely is the asshole.
You said, she's the asshole. He's the asshole.
We got all votes for asshole.
Yeah.
For him.
You think
Jerry's
so?
the asshole.
100%. I mean, here's the reason why he's the asshole.
Okay.
Get it? That's his profession. In the comfort of their own home, all right, that's pushing a little bit too much.
Yeah.
Maybe shut up. But in front of the parents?
Yeah.
In front of after you ate the food?
Yeah.
Oh, come on now, man.
And he insulted the choice of meals, which is her parents' favorite food.
Oh,
yeah,
true.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So this is embarrassing for everybody in the situation.
That would be so awkward.
First of all, to be fair, I don't rate her food, right? But I have a list of my favorites.
He has a top 10 list.
I have a top 10 list of the food. I don't rate it. It's just what I feel is my favorite.
But I know.
But I don't rate.
I
don't rate them. I'm not going to be like, well, this was a little too salty. That's a 5. You know what I mean?
To be fair, you don't have the qualifications to rate my food.
Here we go.
I'm just saying.
You don't have to join in either, okay? All right? We get it. All right? It's 22 episodes. I know I'm trash, all right?
No. I'm not saying you're trash. I'm just saying he has a culinary degree, so he maybe feels like he has the right to rate it. That's the
only reason why I'd be like, if he didn't do it in front of the parents, because that is his job.
Or he would have worded it differently. He would have been like,
how do you word a 5 out of 10 differently?
Right, do you want to rate them? Like, just wait until the parents leave and talk to her afterward. I think probably her biggest problem was that, like, he did it in front of them and embarrassed her. Because clearly he's done it before to her, and she didn't have an issue with it.
Right.
It was the inclusion of the family.
Yeah, it was the setting. Yeah.
Imagine if, like, every time you got off stage, I was like 7 out of 10.
I mean, we kind of do.
No, but I don't.
Yeah, you don't do it publicly. Now, if you did that, I would stop comedy a long time ago.
You.
No, you better not. No, hell no. Like, that's horrible. Like, that would be bad. But Yeah, he's definitely 100% an asshole. Like, there's not even a question about this. Like,
that was an easy one.
Yeah, that was a real easy one. Why would he feel the need to do this? Like, this dude has no filter in life. You know what I'm saying? like.
That's what happens.
It's also like, don't bring work home.
I was just gonna say that.
There you go.
You know, like if you're a comedian, like, are you constantly doing bits at home?
Oh no.
Wait, I mean,
no.
no.
People ask me,
maybe, but like, you're not just like walking around the apartment.
Guess
like,
what? I got this joke. Let me run it by you.
People ask me all the time. They're like, "Is he like always silly?" And I was like, He's like a goofy person, but he's not with like pride. When it needs to be serious. Like, he's not just making jokes. I would not be able to handle that. I'd be like,
that's like being on all the time.
Right.
Like, this dude, I would
on
feel
all
bad.
the time.
I would feel bad if you showed him a picture of a newborn baby and said, "What do you think? This baby is cute, right?" You know what I mean? Like. I feel like
I'm definitely a person that petitions towards being honest with parents about the cuteness of your baby.
Yeah.
Your baby not that cute, especially if it's a newborn. That shit ugly. I'm sorry. Newborns are ugly.
Yeah, newborns don't have the best features.
You tell the parent?
Oh, no. I mean, I haven't seen a newborn in like 6 years, so.
But you can tell how you can tell somebody that their baby is not the prettiest baby. Yeah, that first when they show you a picture, you be like, oh. If you do that,
it's like
it's a baby for sure. Yeah, it's a baby. That baby gonna grow into those features. That's another.
Oh my God.
that's another bad one.
No,
like,
don't worry, they'll grow into.
Don't worry, that forehead.
They're gonna grow out of those features. Is maybe better.
You pray that they grow out of it. Oh Lord. Now all right, let's stop. Let's stop talking about babies.
Yeah, it's gonna be like who's the asshole in this one?
Right. Well, in this case, I know we both contributed this. You know? You all are safe. We wrote you in. But so now that that's out of the way, we can talk about like the podcast. Let's talk about the podcast that they went over this week. Let's just,
sure.
Let's go for it. Yeah, talk to us. This is the
here's my question actually. What was it like? Like, is this what you expected of what?
Of this?
Oh yeah.
I don't know. No, I don't know. What did you like? Did you guys expect this? I feel like I knew we were going to be doing like a little bit of recording and like a little bit of talking, and I wasn't sure how it was going to all interact, but I think it like went really well.
I think so too.
Yeah, you guys like were able to do your thing, and we did our thing, and then we all did something together.
We do all the thing.
I got like multiple questions of like, are you sure you're going to be able to record like at the restaurant? And I'm like, yeah, everything is mobile, but people like don't.
I mean, we've done this a bunch too.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I didn't know either before that we would ever be able to record outside of a studio.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have one, to be fair. We have a living room. That's a studio.
Yes.
But this was cool how we kind of come together, and thanks to Luella's for letting us do this for a long time. And it's a busy wait list here. And this is 6 couple deep, I think. Six people deep, I think, right now. Yeah. And we just taking up all the space. Anyway, it's fantastic. But you all do what you do. You have weekly playlist, monthly playlist that you go through. And what's this month all about?
So this month, because I knew we were doing this in Chicago, and I am like I do all of it, I was like, we're going to do food and culture in November. So I started to curate the playlist, and then I put out a request on Facebook, and to our members, and was like, does anybody have recommendations? And one of our members was like, this is my favorite topic of all time. And I was like, you got it then. Yeah. You go ahead and curate the whole playlist for us. We're like, I don't have to do it. And so she put together the playlist for us, and we had episodes from, I don't even remember, like Anthro Dish.
Yeah, I saw a few like really dope podcasts that I've personally listened to before because they have really good food like related topics.
Yeah,
I think Gastropod,
the food program.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We had 2 from BBC. One was the food chain, and one was the food program, which was about language and food. And then what's the 5th one that we did? Hold on.
No pressure.
What was your favorite one?
I mean, I personally really like the one about language, which was the food program. But I think like I'm always an outlier. I don't know if that was a favorite of other people.
The Dennis Rodman of the group. I like it.
Lisa's like, no.
Yeah, Lisa was like, no, that was my least favorite. But that's it. Like again, like that's what makes the conversation interesting, is we get to talk about like why we liked it, why we didn't like it, and then maybe change somebody's mind.
What was the language one about? You say that was the
so
one
it was
for you.
about like some of them were about like idioms, about like you take the cake, or like how did that happen, or like whatever. And
that's what that's called.
And then there's also there was some about just using language to describe food and how food is like food writers and how they use language to describe food.
Yeah.
So basically, you can describe food any way you want to.
Yes, with a lot of adjectives that make no sense. Because I mean, if you think about it,
I'm a food critic.
Well, and you do the YouTube channel. So like, and I am always like one of those people who's like, I can't. Like, it's really hard for me to watch cooking shows, especially the ones that are like competition shows. Because I'm like, how am I supposed to know?
Right.
I can't taste the food. I can't even smell the food.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So like, it's such an interesting like medium, both like audiovisual, but also writing around food because it's like a totally different sense.
Yeah.
Remember when we did the episode with Nick, who's the food critic from Chicago Tribune?
Juicy versus tender.
He said. What was the one you used?
I said tender.
Oh, and he was like,
it's juicy.
For the chicken, like to describe the chicken breast. And he was like, not tender, it's juicy.
Oh, there has to be. See, and then like people get really kind of snooty about it.
Well, I guess it's more like stimulating to the senses when you think of like juicy chicken rather than tender chicken.
I see.
I guess that would turn me on a little bit more towards the chicken too if somebody said it's juicy. You know,
well, the fact that
it's like, ooh, anything juicy might be interesting.
All right.
Okay.
It's a family podcast. No,
sorry, that's definitely not family.
It's not a family podcast.
Definitely not family.
Well, should we talk about where we are and what we ate?
Yeah, we can talk about it. We'll have.
Let's grab our 17th guest for the day real quick.
Yeah, we'll be right back one more time. This is different. We are back.
Yep.
For the third time. For the first time we've done this. We back once again at Luella's Southern Kitchen. And we are joined by the owner, the creator, the man of this fantastic restaurant. Y'all go ahead and give it up for Darnell, everybody. Hey.
You have that sound. I don't know why you're
I was like starstruck. That's what it is. One more time. Give it up for him.
No, thank you.
Of course. Talk to us, man. Tell us who you are.
When did you start?
Yeah.
Okay, so yes, my name is Darnell Reed. I'm the owner of the restaurant Luella Southern Kitchen. Luella is my great grandmother, and she's from Mississippi. So a lot of the food that we serve here is either food that she either made for us growing up, or even if it's something. There's a few things on the menu that she did not make for us growing up, but I still give her the credit for me like researching and studying Southern cuisine. So the restaurant concept is not only named after her, but I wanted to kind of feel like how it felt growing up around her as well. Like all the artwork in the restaurant is from Good Times. We used to watch Good Times together.
I knew this looked familiar. I was like, this is Good Times.
Yeah, this is the one that was at the end of every episode.
I was about to say, this is the one.
yeah. So that was like our favorite show that we would watch together. The music that we play in here is like music that I used to hear. Music that when I was growing up, I didn't like it.
Right.
But now,
I
used to hear it growing up, things like that. She's not with us anymore, but she was when we opened.
Okay.
So when we opened, she knew about the restaurant opening. She knew about the concept and everything. She gave input, and when we opened, she came here. We opened in February 2015, and she passed away in October 2015. But we've been here now for 7 years. 7 years really. Because, we opened in February, but we took over the lease like late October.
Yeah.
So it's been 7 years in this location.
That's crazy.
So when you opened, did grandmama tell you? She was like, all right, y'all better not mess up these recipes.
Yeah, no. She was proud. She was proud. Because at first it was just like all talk, like she heard about it. But then when she actually finally came here to eat, I mean, she was like our most important customers. I'm like, okay, if I got to go back to
you gotta live.
If it's something that she didn't like, but she did. She enjoyed it. I remember she only made it here the once, but I've cooked for her at different times. But in the restaurant, I remember she had gumbo, cornbread, and grits.
There you go.
And she liked everything. So that was
you make grandmama happy, especially anybody that you name a restaurant after. You build the recipe up. The pressure, boy.
No, well, you know what? She was definitely happy about that as well because her name is Luella, but growing up, nobody called her that. We called her Bae. That was like a nickname. But
called my grandma Big Mama.
Yeah, and when I was ready to open the restaurant, I told her, I was like, you know what? I think Luella's Southern Kitchen sounds Southern.
Oh yeah, that's
you know.
good.
So I think I wanted to go with like her birth name, and she told me, she said, I'm just happy that you named it after me. Period.
Yeah.
So
It's an honor.
whichever one you decide to go with. So we decided to go with Luella's Southern Kitchen.
So did you grow up? Where did you grow up?
I was born and raised here in Chicago.
Okay.
She moved to Chicago in the 40s.
Oh, gotcha.
So yeah,
All
she
right.
moved. She moved here in the 40s. She was the first of our family to move here, and now we have a. It's just crazy to see how many of us live here based off one person.
Right.
Right.
But we have a really big family here in Chicago based off her. Her coming here.
So why'd you pick Lincoln Square?
Yeah, actually, I looked at quite a few places. I checked like Hyde Park, Logan Square, Wicker Park. But what happened was there was a location that I thought I was going to have in Hyde Park, but they told me that the location was owned by the university, and they thought it may take a little bit longer than how fast I wanted to get into a location because it needed like renovation and stuff like that. But my real estate agent, she told me that, hey, you know what? I think your concept will work in Lincoln Square because there's nothing else like this around here.
Super unique.
So yeah, she kind of talked me into it. The crazy thing was, honestly, it was like the most expensive location as well, like for the rent or whatever.
Yeah.
But I remember like calling my mom and everything, and I told her, I said, even though it is, I still think it'll work.
Yeah.
I think it's it's priced that way for a reason.
Yeah, right.
So, and 7 years later, I feel like it was a good decision, the right decision, but we decided to come here.
I'm just we sitting here. We've been here for several hours now, and one thing I'll say, and I gotta say it because this is a predominantly German neighborhood, and you really have the black population.
Yeah.
They come out and support, man.
See, and that's a big part of. I guess I got lucky with that one because that was part of my business plan. But honestly, this is my first restaurant. I used to work in hotels, so when you make a business plan, you also hoping, this is my plan. But this is, and I remember it was in my business plan that I felt like during the week we would get the neighborhood people, but on the weekends we would have black people travel.
Yeah.
Because I know that. Myself, my family, we travel for food.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So it's like, you know what? I think we'll get it. We may not get it 7 days a week, but we'll get it on the weekends.
Yeah.
And we do. We get Friday nights, people who travel here, Saturday, Sunday, people who travel here. But during the week, we see familiar faces, people who live in the neighborhood.
Right.
So that actually did work out for us.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing to see, man.
Yeah. I mean, you actually have a fan right down the street, Scott, who owns Timeless Toys.
Timeless
is
Toys.
a huge
Yeah.
fan.
Boy, we walked in there and just said, this is what we doing. He was like, oh, man.
He's like, you have to get the
gotta go
chicken
there.
and waffles.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, cool.
You gotta do it.
Cool. I was actually wondering that too because I didn't get it. We got busy, so I didn't have a chance to come out here early. Like, what did you guys get?
So, let's jump into it.
We got the cornbread, the mac and cheese, the chicken and waffles, the shrimp and grits, the French toast. Anything else?
I think that was it. We had some of the beignet.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I think those.
So you
those
got to
6
try. You got
dishes.
to try.
Yeah.
We
We try to try
Do everything.
a little bit of everything so
Yeah.
that we can give an honest opinion. So
Look,
That's cool.
I'm gonna tell you, Grandmama will be proud
you're
because
right.
that.
Right. Amazing.
Look, so we try not to pick favorites and nothing like that. You know what I mean? Because this is about Chicago and we highlight different things. We love everything we had. If I had the power rank,
Nice.
if I had the power rank, my brother, that it was the chicken and waffles that did it. You know what I'm saying? Like
the shrimp and grits for me.
right? You know,
were
like
amazing.
I got like this. It's easy for me, shrimp and grits. You know, like I'm a stand. You know what I'm saying? Chicken, I'm a stand, really. But that chicken was tender.
Yeah, we got the Nashville
And
chicken. Too.
oh my god, bruh, look.
Thank you. No, I appreciate
The mac and cheese.
Oh man, look. All right, no, yeah. Actually, that was the first thing we had. You're right. Yeah, actually, time out. The mac and cheese sold it. That was it. Once I was like, okay, this the one. Because like mac and cheese with me, she know if it's a side, if mac and cheese is a side, any place, I'm getting it.
Yeah, I know a lot of people, especially in southern restaurants, people do that as well. Like, okay, if I don't like the mac and cheese, then I don't want anything else.
Right.
People do that.
Yeah, bruh.
Yeah.
I don't know how y'all do these flavors and like
Right.
how I
Are
know how
these
you
your
do it.
recipes? Like,
Yeah, the
did you-
recipes, the cornbread is really hers because honestly, my first time making cornbread, it wasn't
It's
close to
hard.
hers.
Yeah.
And I had to go back and ask her. I was like, she didn't write recipes. I actually write recipes. But I gave her the rundown of what I was doing, and she told me like where I was wrong. You know,
Right.
I went back and tweaked some things, but like we make everything from scratch. Like the shrimp and grits, we mill the corn in house.
Oh,
fresh.
wow.
Okay. Oh, wow.
The chicken and waffles, we use a waffle dough. Like it's a Liège waffle, a Belgian sugar waffle. So we make everything's from scratch. The French toast too, the bread is made in house, like little things like that. So
that bread is like
Texas toast.
Yeah, I do that on purpose just so people would know that it's homemade. You can't really buy that.
Right.
Even Texas toast looks a little different.
Yes.
It's like a Pullman loaf.
Yep.
So I'm like, I want people to, even without me being out here to explain to them, for them to know, like, this is homemade.
Yeah, right.
Man,
what's your favorite recipe?
Actually, the shrimp and grits. Shrimp and grits. It does change because, like, right now we don't have it on the menu. We rotate our menu, but our Mississippi hot tamales is another one. Whenever we make those,
man,
because we make those as well.
How often do you rotate your menu?
I used to do every 3 months. Like seasonal. Like right now, we don't really do that because we have a lot of items that people ask, can you please keep this? So it's like, I want to keep it small because our staff is small. We're making everything from scratch. It's only so much that we can handle. Yeah. So right now, the only thing that we change seasonally now is like our French toast changes once a month with whatever fruit in season. Our jam changes once a month, and then we offer a different vegetable every month. So like well, not really every month. I use local farms, so whatever the farmer has. Like right now, we're using delicata squash. So it's like, okay, I'll use whatever they have.
That's so dope.
And oddly enough, I never knew this until I started working with farms. He told me that right now is the best time to get collard greens. So like from local from farms, I can get collard greens all year round, but not from a farm.
Right.
He just started giving me collard greens about 5 weeks ago.
Okay.
And he said he may have it for probably through the end of the year, but he said other than that, they're not growing collards, not locally.
I guess that makes sense. I mean, get too cold for you to grow.
But remember when we did Urban Growers Collective, one of the people that rented out the lot said he started planting
watermelon.
No, but for the greens.
Yeah, he did say greens.
In August or September so that he can harvest now.
Yeah. So it's like, honestly, I need to dig deeper with that to find out why. But he told me that was the thing. But that's kind of what we do now as far as changing things seasonally. And you guys came here doing brunch, so we offer dinner Wednesday through Sunday, but then Saturday, Sunday brunch.
All day brunch or?
Until 3.
Until 3?
Yeah, and then after 3, we shut down for 2 hours. We reopen at 5 for dinner. So we just get, to get everything back prepped.
Settle back.
Like that, yeah.
It's been like nonstop busy.
I was just about to say, your business plan works. Because this place has been nonstop.
Yeah, the weekends are really good. During the week, sometimes we have our days as well. But, no, I'm happy with it. I can't complain.
If you want to get a table to sit immediately, reach out to Lisa at the Chamber of Commerce. If she knows him, she gonna call him for you, and then you can get a table.
Y'all better be plugged like we are, because let me tell you, people were walking in. We just listened to your staff tell them, "Are you on the wait list?" No, man, there's 6 people in front of you. And that's a good problem, like you said. That's a great problem to have. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like for the most part, people know.
Yeah.
All right, let's go buy our time.
It's a testament to the staff that's super friendly. The food is great. The location is dope.
One thing I will say though, which is really cool. I don't know if I'm sure you know this. You run a business, but there are a lot of people come in that didn't know. So that means you got reach out there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like there's a lot of people that didn't know that. Oh man,
first timers.
It's like that. So if you're getting the first timers, that you like that. Like that's a beautiful thing to have. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. Yeah. That's another good thing for us as well. We had this was years ago, but it just reminds me of that when actually they just stopped this year. Check please.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When they came here, we were busy for like 3 weeks straight. But I kind of saw. I'm like, okay, most of these people are new because they came here because they saw the show.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it's just now it's our job to keep
it up
versus them just coming because they saw the show and never coming back.
How you going about it?
So it helped a lot. It helped tremendously. But the thing is, the funny thing is, maybe about 6 months later, they called me up from Channel 11. They were like, hey, we're going to re-air it, so you may see a little bump, but nothing like the first time. No, it was worse than worse, but in a good way.
In a good way. You still got a bump, but it wasn't like
it was like crazier than the first time. So
really?
I'm like, I told them too. I was like, this was busier than that initial run. So
air it again.
Yeah, I know. I know. Honestly, I did that one day. I was like, can you guys air it again?
Did wait every 3 months?
I think what they told me was that they would love to, but they had some new episodes coming.
Gotcha.
I don't think they ever had anybody ask them to air it again.
Shoot or shoot. You know what I'm saying?
I was like, can you air it again?
You're also doing a pop-up a pop-up, right, in Oak Park? Or people can order into Oak Park?
It's kind of a pop-up, but what it is Dwell Social. Dwell Social. They deliver food to people who would be otherwise outside your delivery range.
Gotcha.
So, we put together a menu, people can order, and then they'll get food delivered from Luella. So there's a lot of other restaurants participating as well. So that's another thing, too, that is like, it gives us an extra bump because there's no way we would have gotten that business unless the customers would have came here.
Right.
So that's a good one as well. This week is only our second time doing this, but it's definitely a plus.
Yeah.
To do that, because now we can reach people that we otherwise,
That's so dope that you can have that pull. And like for me, by knowing now, then the research that we did today for this episode, how strongly diverse. No, you're good. How strong she drops it every night.
Wow.
So
first of all, nobody needed to know that. That was unnecessary information.
But it is a very German neighborhood. But we know culturally sound Chicago how we are here. It's just good to see black-owned business can just thrive anywhere.
Right.
I mean,
anywhere.
like anywhere. You know what I mean? Like if you're good, you're good. That's what it boiled down to. You know what I'm saying?
That's how I felt. Yeah. If we're good, then we're good. Because I shopped the neighborhood first before we moved in, and I like a lot of restaurants around here. But I'm like, I think we still have something to offer.
Yeah. Right.
And it was, I had. You go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say the craziest thing to me was like we been here for 7 years, but before we opened, because I came from Hilton. I worked for Hilton for 17 years before I actually moved into this. But before we opened, I'm all for it. I'm excited. It's gonna be my first restaurant. I actually love Hilton, by the way, but it was just I felt like I've reached my peak,
right?
And I've done everything I can do there. And it was time to do my own thing.
Yeah.
So the crazy thing was, moments before weeks or months before we opened, the number one question I kept getting was, aren't you nervous? It can fail. And I'm like, that never crossed my mind. But now you're making me nervous, because I only thought about the good that can happen. I didn't think about, hey, this might not work.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm like,
you don't go into business like that.
Not working wasn't an option. But yeah, that's another thing too. Like people can, I guess I don't know the right word for it. I know the right word, but I'm losing it right now. But like, they can project their feelings.
Yes.
Like whatever they're scared about.
Yeah, Jay-Z said that.
You know what? Like don't do it because it could fail. But we've been good. It's been good.
I mean,
that's a very humble. It's been good.
That's very humble because I'm like, it's busting in here, boy. Like,
no, thank you.
It is. I'm like if we had to, because we always do the part where we kind of like talk about the food. We rate the food, right? We're not rating, but we just kind of give our opinion.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just tell you right now. I think it's very clear to the listener and to you right now, man. Look. There's several other restaurants we've done on here. Everyone we haven't missed. Once again, we have not missed on a restaurant. But this right here,
like presentation, staff, location, the actual vibe of the restaurant, the food, like checks all the boxes for me. I think,
man,
not just because you're sitting here, but honestly,
no, I appreciate it, and I'm gonna make sure that I follow. I'm already following you guys, but I want to see the other restaurants you go to, and I eat everywhere too, so I can always recommend. It's even certain neighborhoods. I don't know the name of the neighborhood, but I know the restaurants there, so I'll tell you.
Slide in ideas.
Awesome.
We'll take
for sure.
I take your recommendation. Your food is good, so
so
if he making good food, tell us go someplace. Then it's all good.
Okay. Yeah, I know.
Man, shit. I'm gonna come up with something new. You get 5 finger licks.
Nice. Nice. Thank you.
So where can people follow you? Where can they order?
The restaurant with Luella on Instagram with Luella Southern Kitchen at Luella Southern Kitchen, on Facebook with Luella Southern Kitchen as well. I almost run my business through Instagram, honestly, because you can. We have the link tree on our Instagram where you can order for pickup. We actually have Luella's popcorn as well, which is on Instagram, and that one we ship nationwide. So the popcorn just started about maybe 6-7 weeks ago.
Okay.
We've been selling popcorn for a while, but we never actually jumped out and branded it. Yeah. So we Luella Southern Popcorn. That's actually on Instagram. It's just called Luella's Popcorn.
Okay.
And then myself, I'm Luella Chef on Instagram.
Okay, man.
And what's the address of where we're at?
Our restaurant is 4609 North Lincoln. We're right across. I usually tell people as well, right across from the Davis Theater, because a lot of people seem very familiar with the Davis.
Yeah, man. Y'all do what y'all got to do. Walk, run, crawl. Get here. we done had a few of them on here that just took our breath away, man. Like this one right here.
Yeah, and we had like 15 people also agree with us.
Look, I was trying to be professional, and I was eating the chicken with a fork. And I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? But then after a while, I was like, look, these people got to see the real me. And I just
dig in.
Boy, you know what I'm saying? I had to dig in. I'm sorry. That Nashville chicken, I'm a dream about that.
Yeah,
we got the Nashville.
Yeah, we got the Nashville chicken.
We got the Nashville. And I purposely left to go so I can have it as soon as we leave here.
Okay.
Cool. So, my brother, man, y'all do what y'all got to do. Thank you once again, man. Just thank you for letting us take up some time in here. We know you running the business, man, so we don't take that lightly, man. So thank you for that, man. Thanks for sitting down with us, man. Just thank you for being black owned in this up north. You know what I'm saying, and thriving. You know what I'm saying.
Thank you as well. Appreciate it,
man. Y'all, Luella's, everybody. Y'all, Darnell, Luella's. Y'all come out here and
y'all be blessed. See you. I don't know. Next time.
Y'all be blessed. Go ahead, close them out.
If you like the episode, send it to someone you like. If you hate the episode, I don't know. Why are you still listening? But send it to someone you hate, and we'll see you next Monday.
We'll be out. Peace.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of 77 Flavors of Chicago. We look forward to having you again next Monday. So make sure you look out for us on any platform where you can listen to a podcast. Make sure you rate, subscribe, and do all the things. And we'll see you next Monday.